All right. Welcome to the MailleWerX Chainmail Livestream number 62, which I find pretty exciting that we've done 62 episodes or shows where we hang out and have a good time opening and closing some rings. Come on. So, I had quite a day. Let me share this out real quick. All right. Hey Claire, how you doing? Oh, you poor thing. I'm sorry you're awake at 3 a.m. I do feel bad for you. Let me get Frank set up here. I need a better mount for Frank. Your sleep cycle is fecked. Yeah? I think it's kind of an understatement there. Dang it, I forgot my water upstairs. Dang it, Bobby. That boy ain't right. Alright, we need to move Frank a little bit closer to where we're working here. How's that? That looks okay to me. First things first, let's round this chin out a little bit. By removing this one ring, we should make it a nice round chin. Yeah, so Claire, do you go to bed and then wake up early and work and then go back to bed and then get up again? Seems like a really rough sleep cycle. And that lined up with the nose. You need to do a video of you showing off chainmail and how it moves. It's so sensual. Video stalls are great, except people can't feel the wonderfulness. And you've done so much. What is a video stall? I guess I'm not following with what that is. I'm assuming it's like a photo box. A fancy photo box for videos. It's something different. I don't know though. Oh, that looks better. I'm gonna put It's a virtual stall where you basically sell online over video type of thing. Oh, okay, okay. So it's like a booth. It's like having a booth online. Kind of. Yeah, no, I got what you're talking about, Claire. Like a virtual booth for you to show off your wares. Yeah, I need something like that. Problem with selling clothes online is everybody wants to try things on and feel stuff, so it is difficult. Hey Alex, how you doing? You're working on some chainmail right now as well? You're trying to convince yourself to head to bed. Do it. Do it. Like, right, okay, so this is like essentially straight up and down, kind of all the way down until like the mouth. And here, all right, trying to figure out where to place everything on this side of the face. Chainmail sells best when people pick it up and go, oh wow, ooh, what is this? That's so cool. Am I admiring chainmail or making sexy sounds? I don't know. Hey Barb, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Glad you're here. All right, that's the nose. I want to keep this going out. It's kind of weird because it does not match the other side. And then at the mouth line, we start like curving it in towards the chin. We'll see how it goes. Who could get fed up with your randomness? You just delivered a commission tonight? Sweet. And got another one? Even better. You ordered some red high heels to do a photo shoot with chainmail? Just as a prop? Okay. So they're not gonna be, you're not gonna be wearing them. I feel like you're missing out on an opportunity here. So we'll call that 2 rows. We're gonna start it, I think. There's a line over here I wanna get started here. You got another order for Etsy today? For Etsy or from Etsy? One of the pieces you don't like yourself. You're on five orders, which is outstanding. You're doing better than me. I'm on order number 3. I'm on order number 3 with Etsy. And it's gonna have to start picking up soon, because otherwise I will... Well, okay, I can't say that. I need to go in and work on my keyword Etsy SEO stuff, which I have neglected to do since I started over there on Etsy. And I think that's a big part of the problem, because, yeah, right about there. And then I also had a fun time on Etsy when two of the 3 orders that I've had have cost me money because my pricing was not covering the Etsy cost. Your 3rd order from this guy? Nice. 4 bracelets at Christmas, sterling silver necklace. That's awesome. Yeah, so Etsy seller fees were quite surprising to me. I didn't realize they were as high as they were, and I did not have the prices right. I still don't have the prices right. So I have to go in, and it's going to be interesting. I think most of the pricing is right. It's just a couple of the smaller items where the margins aren't as high, right? The Etsy cost eats through any profit I would normally make. So 4 bracelets of Christmas, sterling silver necklace. He wants another bracelet in black and stainless steel and sterling. Nice. You'd love to work in sterling silver more. Me too. You have 100 items on Etsy. You just worry a bit about steel and silver. The silver is soft, so will it stand up to the steel? That is an excellent question. I don't know. I'm going to go with no. That's just a guess. But I'm going with no. Like if anything pulls on it, clearly the sterling is going to get pulled, or the silver is going to get pulled apart. But we're going to say he bought the rings for the necklace and the bracelet, so you weave that stuff up and have about an ounce left. Sweet. Can't believe people sell chainmail bracelets for like $10. How much are they paying themselves? They're not. And unless it's like a 1-in-1, you know, what's a good ring size? Like 14 gauge 3/8 1-in-1 bracelet, chainmail bracelet, right? Like they're not making much off that. You know, and I'm assuming you're talking about people who aren't making their own rings, so, which I imagine the labor cost would be much higher, but if they, that is one way to keep your costs down, so I am told. Okay. I don't use silver as structural, only as accents. some more accent and structure. Sorry, you're woman-splaining. I think that's okay. I mean, it's just, if you have a 12 gauge 3/8 inch ring of sterling, you know, you could use it as a structural piece, I guess. But in general, I think the advice holds no matter what gender says it. See, and that's good that you even brought up the question, because I wouldn't have even thought to ask the question, would the sterling hold up against the stainless, before I made the piece. And then when the piece would fall apart, I would be like, oh, I need to make that some other way. I've only had one piece really get broken up. I've had a few slip rings here and there. I did have one guy get into a motorcycle accident, and even his wallet chain just needed a few adjustments, right? But my friend's dog, if you go in my photos, there is like this chewed up 22 gauge 1/8 full Persian necklace that my friend's dog essentially destroyed. And into about 4 pieces. Alright, I think that's long enough, so fine. That can go right around this edge. Yeah. Looks right. Mine, yours are all 18 gauge 1/4 inch. That's, I wouldn't call it fragile, but it is something I wouldn't put too much stress on. I have some sterling silver. I have a bunch of like square wire Trizantine necklaces I made, and square wire full Persian necklaces that I made. And then one of those things that never got taken to market. And now the price of silver is going up. Who knows if they'll ever sell. Not anything really fall apart except early stuff. Yeah. Well, if you're smart, which, judging by that question, it seems like you are, and the fact that you make chainmail is a pretty good indicator that you're at least, reasonably intelligent. You're probably putting some thought into your pieces before you make them, which is far better than anything I've done. I mean, yeah, some stuff requires forethought, but a lot of stuff I have literally just jumped into doing, not knowing whether or not it would work. Most of the time, it's panned out. Right, so I've been lucky that way, but I would not recommend going about life that way. Whether it's chainmail or anything else. I'm hoping this inlay does not fall apart. My buddy that this is going to has some small kids running around, and if any of them try to swing off of it or something, or rip it off the wall, I'm sure it'll be fine. Besides, it'll be done and I'll have pictures of it, and so what happens to it after that, it's not my problem, right? Use a lot of 1.2 millimeter quarter inch. Millimeters don't mean anything to me. That's small, right? 1.2 millimeter. I can visualize kind of what that looks like in my head, but I have no idea what the metric, or not the metric, whatever the hell it is called that we use over here in America for measuring stuff, you know, with the miles and the not kilogram stuff. You work in fractions. 6 and 1 should be stronger too. Yeah. I don't know. It's still not gonna hold a lot of weight, but hopefully it will just hold itself up nicely on a wall. Man. So today was rough, right? I didn't get to sleep until like 2 o'clock in the morning last night. My arm was on fire after shoveling all that snow yesterday. My elbow was really pissed off, is what it was. And it was taking it out on me. So finally I got up, middle of the night, took some ibuprofen, went downstairs, had a snack, played on the phone for a little bit, and my son had taken my space in bed. Imperial measurements, is that what we call it? That sounds right. So I went back downstairs and slept on the couch. Working millimeter, not gauges, as you buy AWG and SWG and can't be arsed with converting and remembering which is which. I don't blame you. Yeah, I think that it's the metric measurements are like, I would need a chart for it, and I could learn it eventually, but it is definitely something that I would want. It's definitely something that I want to know off the top of my head. Right? I've just never sat down to figure out what's what. I'm sure someone has made a chart out there. But I don't have a printer right now that works, and I would need to do that, to have one of those. I need a new printer head. Maybe that was the thing I needed to order. If you weren't here last night, I've ordered a bunch of stuff to finish up some projects here, and then there was one other thing that I needed to order, and I think it was this print head for my printer. I've had good luck. All right. We'll use my belly as a display piece, or as a display. I guess we could just move the camera back too. All right. Ooh, buddy. Look at that. Alright, we just finished this part over here. Ooh. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, man. Let's see if we can get this chin done tonight. Where are we at here? Oh, we're only at 25 minutes. We're good. Alright. Oh, man. It looks good? Okay, good. I'm glad you guys agree. Or at least our, stroking my ego. Raider Nation for life. I'm not even a Raiders fan, bro. I am really just making this for a friend, but I'm excited with how it's coming out. getting there. A little more tweaking. You know, a ring here or there. So, nope, got a runner. All right, Claire, have a good night. Sleep well. Most likely kill you in the morning. Oh wait, wrong movie. That's a different show. I don't know, is Princess Bride big in England? Or the United Kingdom? Good night, Wesley. Good work. Most likely kill you in the morning. If you've never seen The Princess Bride, you're missing out on life. One of my all-time favorite shows. Oh, just that you're in bed? No, I live in Wisconsin. The land of Babby's mom. Go Packers. Oh, you mean why am I not a Raiders fan? Because I live in Minnesota? No, I'm just not a football fan. You are the Brood Squad. Fezzik, tear his arms off. No more rhymes, now I mean it. Anybody want a peanut? It's like, I'm sure there's some like classic English stuff that everybody over there grew up seeing that we've never heard of. For those, well, I think Claire's the only one in the United Kingdom, but Barb is in Canada. I don't know if The Princess Bride is big up there. It's a classic. One of my all-time top 10 favorite movies. Alright, I gotta figure this part out now. I think I want to put a black ring there. Start. This downward slope to his chin. Right in there, I think. Right, because it's not... Can I put that in the right place? No, I didn't. Alright, oh sorry, I live in Wisconsin. I'm sorry too. You don't get the reference? Okay, Claire. If you ever get a chance to watch The Princess Bride, that's what I'm referencing. It's an awesome show. It's got a great script, a great cast, and it was, I've probably seen it, 150,000 times growing up as a kid. Oh, you have seen Prince Bride? Okay. Fight of Dragons? No. Is that something you grew up with over there? Alright. We have to delineate a neckline here because there's like a hidden patch of neck. Over here. Oh no, actually, you know what? It's part of the saber. That's what it is. Okay. It's an awesome cartoon film. Flight of Dragons. You know, it's like everybody here, not everybody, but a lot of people in the circles I've run into, they grew up, they read like the Scholastic Fair books, like Goosebumps and Redwall. And they all had seen Rob Roy at a young age, and there was a lot of like nerd culture that existed that that everybody was kind of exposed to, you know? Oh, ow. Don't worry, that was just my elbow. Could be why it's mad at me. The animated Hobbit movie, The Last Unicorn. I don't know how popular. I think it's called Captain Nemo. That was another one, and then in the same theme as The Last Unicorn, there was one called 12 Months, and it's like Japanese animation from, I want to say, the 80s, before it was anime, but it's about a Russian girl who gets caught in the middle of winter and rescued by the 12 Months. I know a few people have seen that when I referenced it, but I think I'm better off doing it like this way. Kind of like everybody saw The Secret of Nim, right? But people who were like into nerd culture, right? Their parents showed them The Last Unicorn. I think I have a copy of that. Anyway, something's not adding up here. Ruh-roh. Maybe this is the problem. Perhaps this is the culprit. I think I found Captain Nemo on Netflix, or maybe it was YouTube the other day. Sat down and made my kid watch it. He didn't think it was as cool as I did. It's like a little boy that goes and rides his bed in to go fight the nightmare, and he has a sword and he has to scream banana pajama. something. Your Nim is a book. Not sure you've seen The Last Unicorn. I'm just making this problem worse. It's not a straight line, but there's some curve to it. But mostly it's a straight line. Let's make it, and then we'll fix it if we have to. It's been our process this whole way so far. Why stop now? See, I don't. You've never seen The Last Unicorn? It's, you know, I mean, I don't know if it would have any kind of wow effect now. But it was the greatest when I was a kid. One of those I'd never seen anything like it before kinds of things. But I was also very sheltered as a child, and there were a lot of things I had never seen. So if you've never seen Legend with Tom Cruise, Cardinal Richelieu, Tim Curry. I think it's on HBO Max. Cool. So, and I forget who the girl was. We saw that as that was one of the movies I saw as a kid that was like fantasy related. Wasn't a super popular thing, but it was one of those, like Firefly, right? When Firefly came out, I didn't have cable or anything. It was a niche nerd thing that, yeah, a face. See if we can get it a little more defined here. Sci-Fi was on cable, or whatever it was on, and I'd never even heard of it until a friend of mine introduced me to it, and a fellow chainmail artist, and I was blown away by how good it was, and I hadn't heard about it ever. So that's the only modern example I can think of where there's this like cult following around a movie that was never a very big movie or anything. It was just certain people had shared it with other people who had shared it with other people. So, like, I often wonder, what else am I missing out on? What is it other people haven't told me that's really good to watch? Nowadays, nerd stuff is cool. Yeah, Firefly only getting one season is a tragedy that will that I hope the execs at whatever channel it was on never live down. Alright. One jump ring led to another. I swear I've done this weave before. Excuse me. You can't tell, but I totally have done this weave once or twice before. It's like that attempt at Jelly Cube the other night that I got to the second layer and I was like, wait, no, I've done this before. What am I? It took me 10 minutes to figure out what I was doing wrong. Oh, come on. You probably think of some stuff, but you're too tired. Highlander the series. Old but good. I've heard rumors of a Firefly reboot. At this point, I'm, you know... Wash is dead. Is there really a point to a Firefly reboot without Wash, you know? Maybe his, like, evil twin brother can come in, and he'll be Warsh, the pilot. Also played by, God, what is his name?
Your mom.
That'd be awful. Yeah, I think it's a bad idea, but who am I? Okay, I think this actually kind of worked. Holy crap. I don't think we're gonna have to. Alright. So here. Let's give you guys some viewing space. Look at that handsome guy. Look at him. He's so happy. Wow. Ow. Not the hardest inlay in the world, but you know what? Alan Tudyk, thank you. A reboot would be starting again? Oh, okay. I'm not a big fan of those. It does. It really does look... It almost looks like the picture. Man. I think, yeah, I'm not a fan of reboots. Or the idea. I'm sure there are reboots out there that have been done well. I don't know any off the top of my head. That will be huge. Am I going to do it in sections? No. We're going to continue to work right here. This is the amount of space that I have allocated for this project. Looks damn good so far. Thanks, Peg. Appreciate it. It's a face. figure out where are we at here? 45 minutes. Oh man. Oh. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know if we can. Yeah, it is. It's going to be ridiculously huge. It's huge to the point where I'm questioning if I have enough rings left. SWAT is pretty good, and there's a reboot of like another show called SWAT. I don't know. I would just like to see movies that were done badly have reboots where they were done well. Hey Peg, is the rest less complicated? Is the rest of this less complicated? No. No, here, I'll show you the picture. Right. So, all those little helmet pieces and the sabers, right? And that may be all we have rings for. I would have to order more rings for this. So, it's not, excuse me, it's not overly complicated, it's just from, it's just big at this point, you know. So, sometimes awfulness is what makes it a classic. Right, I'm not thinking of those. There are some really good bad movies out there, don't get me wrong. I think we're gonna celebrate this achievement and put this piece up for the night. Where is? Hang on a second. We're gonna. Nope. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the flash was on that. There we go. No, there are some good classic movies that are just terrible, right? But then there are, like, movies that could have been really good, they were just done poorly. Or certain book series that were made into TV shows that were just done really poorly. Actually, you know what? The one I'm thinking of, I don't want to see it remade. So scratch that. Some movies were made bad on purpose. The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra, for example. That sounds like something I want to check out. I'll have to look that one up. Alright, that's 2, and this is 3. Like the SW prequels, SW prequel. You're gonna have to spell out what SW is. I really do want to check that one out. I'll see if I can find it. The Lost Skeleton of Cadavra. Or like, Evil Dead. with oh, Star Wars. Oh yeah, SW Star Wars. Man, I really should have picked up on that. Do I want to hate on the Star Wars prequels? Or don't hate on the Star Wars? The prequels suck. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a Star Wars purist. I'm not, like, you know, I watched them. Everything that's out so far I think I've seen. Including, what, Clone Wars, the cartoon, whatever it's called. The... Alright, Claire, have a good night. I just, I'm not a big fan of the prequels. Some of them are, parts of them are alright, but let's see here. So I'm a genius, right? These are like the really old first, maybe second version of the black and stainless rings from TRL, and they're all kind of this grungy, gunmetal, blackish thing. And I made a wallet chain out of them. This is probably one of my first wallet chains, right? And if you look closely, you can see that these two spiral in two different directions. Let's change the lighting a little bit. I don't know if that helps. Why doesn't that help? That's weird. So I don't have enough to make another wallet chain, right? I have this, can't even see it. I have this much left. Right, now this piece, these two pieces used to be connected, but because I am so smart, I decided to switch from a spiral going to the left over to a spiral going over to the right. So now I got to take all that apart and put it back together. But I don't know, you know, tell you what, we will. My elbow is still fuming from yesterday, and it's angry at me that I even came down here to do this tonight. I will be alright, it just needs a day or two to relax. So we will work on the twisty bendy ring thing another time. I tell you what, guys, I'm gonna just stay satisfied with this face. I'm gonna be happy with having gotten this done. And I think we're gonna call it a night tonight because I do have to get up and go to work tomorrow, and hopefully I can get some sleep tonight. That would be nice. Alright. It's called a face. There's a little bit of the saber over here. We'll make another little saber that goes behind his head. We'll do some more work on that later. Oh, it's slipping. Squish face. Ah! So, thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Alright. Be sure to spread the good word of chainmail to all your friends and family and loved ones, and let them know that they too can be as awesome as we are. By learning how to open and close rings endlessly for forever and ever and ever. But, you know, don't say it like that. Spruce up the message a little bit. You can't make converts if if your messaging is bad. So, with that, You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Your comments and reactions and shares and interactions with me make this so much more fun. It really is a blast coming down here and hanging out with everyone. So thank you very much, and I will talk to you guys. If I'm not back on tomorrow night, it'll be the next night. I think it's Wednesday.